G'day guys, Paddy here with another 2 Plus Tactics video for Warhammer the Old World. Today we're going to be looking at something that is very, very effective for combat-focused armies. It's early aggression. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use that to force your opponent to make decisions that they might not want to, and how to create combats that you want. So in this game, I am playing Warriors of Chaos in this scenario, a nice little change up from my Wood Elves. And I'm coming up against Michael's Dwarves. So from right to left, I have a Demon Prince with no magic and Demonic Plate Mail, making him toughness 6. 5 Marauder Horsemen with skirmishing with javelins, 5 dogs, 5 Marauder Horsemen with javelins, and 5 dogs. I have a block of Chaos Warriors with a full command and a banner for -1 to hit, a block of 6 Chosen Knights with drilled and full command, and a brick of Chosen Warriors with full command and a BSB in there who is giving them frenzy, and also a level 4 Sorcerer Lord who has taken Demonology, and they are drilled also. Mike, my opponent, has 2 Bolt Throwers, a unit of Longbeards, full command, a King that's toughness 10, shout out Mike, an Organ Gun, a Gyro Bomber, a Cannon, there's also a Engineer somewhere around there as well, 3 Gyrocopters, a unit of Hammerers with the Rune of Confusion, which means units that charge them lose their initiative bonus, and Dwarf Hammerers get 1 initiative and an extra attack, I believe when they are charged. He also has 17 Dwarf Rangers with great weapons here, scouting. So as you can see, my army is very combat orientated. Mike's is also, but he's also got a lot of shooting interwoven in there. So this is the perfect example where I need to rush them because I don't want him to get more turns than he wants, shooting at my guys, weakening my force before I get to him. Dwarves are not very maneuverable by nature, so this is a perfect way for me to enclose, surround the enemy, and fight the combats I want. My Sorcerer Lord has a lore familiar, and pivotally for this example, I've taken Steed of Shadows, which I'll get to now. A few things to remember with early aggression, and this is something that you may have heard on this channel a fair bit. Alex has championed this since I've been about 8 years old. Something always dies, and that is so important to remember for Warhammer the Old World. My journey started off in this game getting really upset when I picked up any model from the table that was mine, not knowing that some things, their role is literally to die. If they do damage, that's a bonus, but if they're dying instead of your good things, then they've done their job. It also makes for a much more enjoyable experience playing Warhammer. So if you can get that across, your journey here in the old world will be a lot more enjoyable. Early aggression, as I mentioned, works a lot better for combat-focused armies. Obviously, if you're a gun line, this doesn't apply to you. But if you are Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, a Nomadic War, or any of these combat-focused armies, this is a strategy that you can instill against the right opponent to create the best scenarios for you. The other point, as I just mentioned, conveyances such as Steed of Shadows are a great combo for this. So the standouts are Arcane Urgency and Steed of Shadows. Travel Mystical Pathways, also a good one, more so for the maneuverability of it, of you being able to reform essentially what way you're facing. But Steed of Shadows and Arcane Urgency, the movement boost from that is huge. Double marching is massive, giving an infantry unit fly 12. So essentially they can, especially if they are drilled, they can go 36 inches. It's a massive advantage and key to making this work sometimes. It's not pivotal, but it helps. So back to the battle. You can see here, this is the end of Mike's turn. He's done a bit of shooting. He's wiped out my dogs, except for this tough boy. On you, mate. Good on you. Fighting the good fight. But it's now on me to make my moves. I deployed quite defensively initially to just screen my more important combat units, like my chosen guys, and I hid my Demon Prince just so he didn't take any pot shots. But now the decision is on my end of how I want to play this. The left side looks like something I want to avoid. Gyrocopters are so annoying, and I don't think I'll ever catch them. And if I'm chasing things, I'm getting shot at. So I kind of want to ignore this whole side, especially the hammerers who I can't charge with anything. I can, but I'll take 2 heavy casualties. So for me, I drew a line down here and thought, this is what I can kill, so this is what I'll go for. Maybe barring the toughness 10 king, but maybe that'll come up in a battle rep because it was hilarious what ensued there. I tried to cast Steed of Shadows, which failed, which is not great. I also had a power scroll, which I forgot. So if you take one, make sure you remember it. But they both had drilled. So my decision here was stuff it. I don't want to get shot all game. I'm going to send everything as far forward as possible and try and force the issue. And that's what it looked like. You can see my marauders just marched straight up. I drilled, marched up, drilled, marched up, and flew, marched up. What this does, apart from being able to charge turn two, which is obviously the core of this thing, it does that, but it also forces your opponent to make decisions. And shooting, as a Wood Elf player, decisions are one thing. What happens with the dice is a totally different thing. Shooting almost feels guaranteed until you roll those dice, and more often than not, you're feeling filthy with your rolls to hit. So in this scenario, he can pile these two bolt throwers into my demon prince. If not, maybe I charge them. Maybe I charge that. Maybe I charge that. Or if I can see that, which I'm not sure I can, maybe I charge that with fly. The other things I've done is screening with my marauders here, mainly these ones. This organ gun has to shoot them because he can't see them. So these guys are still protecting that. And I think it's at least giving them cover. So again, forcing difficult decisions. He has to kill some chaff to get to my big stuff. Yes, I have lined up a cannon directly in front of my chosen Chaos Knights, but dwarf cannons are AP2, armor bane 2. So maths are that he's not going to kill 3. He might kill 1 if he hits, but 2-up save, 6-up ward save. I'm probably saving at least one of them. So this is just a calculated risk that I have to make because I'm not going to win this game unless I'm in combat. So I think right off the bat, his bolt thrower missed on these guys, which instantly makes him start thinking twice about what his next target is. He's already wasted a shot on these guys. So what is he going to do now? Maybe try and do a bit of damage to the Demon Prince before it comes in, or keep shooting at this annoying chaff that is stopping him shooting at more prized targets. And now on my next turn, I have lined up a charge there, a charge there. It looks like it's out of range, but I'm sure this was in range. Charge there, and obviously the Demon Prince can do what he wants next turn if he survives. And this is the result. The Knights take a wound on the way in, so I lose one model, but I charge the cannon next turn. Might not be the prime target for chosen Chaos Knights, but at least they're in combat and not getting shot at, and removing one of the threats that can kill them. The Marauder Horsemen, I didn't even lose one. Let me just check that back. Yeah, I had 4, and 4 made it in. So they make it in against an Orgun, which is great. These guys were there to die, and they made it into combat. And as the battle unfolded, these guys beat them, pushed them back, and I think they even beat the engineer later in the game. But you can see there, I force the issue. I get 2 combats that are beneficial for me. And then on the other side, both of these units get in with a flank charge onto the Longbeards. So on all counts, this is a successful early aggression tactic. Drilled, maximizing, Demon Prince in the flank. None of these units are now getting shot at, so they're all doing what they're meant to be doing, which is fighting in hand-to-hand combat. So immediately I've switched from being sitting duck in the middle of the table into now you can't shoot me because I'm in combat. Your 2 bolt throwers are doing nothing now. I'm probably going to kill this unit. I'm definitely going to kill these 2 units. And all of a sudden, the power of balance is back in my favor. So there you go, guys. That is early aggression in the old world and how it can work for you. Hopefully it helps. See you later.